Let's talk Nebraska recruiting, because the Huskers, they're looking for flips. And you put in an interesting pick on the recruiting prediction machine in favor of the Huskers to ultimately flip four-star tight end Chase Lofton from Florida State. What's the latest on Chase Lofton?
Well, I talked to Chase Lofton early Monday morning. He's going to be back in Lincoln this weekend as the Huskers host UCLA. He also attended a recent practice with Matt Rhule and company. So he's been to the local campus numerous times, including a couple times this fall. And I just like the way that this is trending for Nebraska as they aim to flip another one of their top targets. They have On3's number 24 class right now, but with some of these names still out there on the board, they could easily push into the top 20.
All right. Now, he might not be the last big-time flip on Nebraska's radar. What about Alabama edge rusher Dawson Merritt? We know he's been on campus before, but what's the latest? What's been happening between Merritt and the Huskers?
Well, similar to some of these other blue chippers, guys like Caleb Cunningham, DJ Pickett, we're going to be talking about these guys all the way till the early signing period. And I think Dawson Merritt is one of them. They continue to have regular conversation with Matt Rhule and his staff. Coach Rhule has a relationship with Coach Merritt, Dawson's dad, who coaches with the Kansas City Chiefs. And I think the way Nebraska has overall played this year is inspiring to recruits that see that this program is finally on an upward trajectory, having not made the postseason in 7 years, which is mind-blowing for such a tradition-rich program. Coach Rhule and company seem to have this program going the right way. Dawson Merritt and his family are really high on this coaching staff. And look, there's a lot of love for Alabama, but Nebraska is in this one till the end. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of the guys we're talking about as a big Nebraska flip at the end of the cycle.
Not a huge surprise, because Nebraska has been putting in the groundwork on some of these prospects that we're talking about. Steve, before we get out of this Nebraska segment, any other intel you got for us?
Yeah, I like the way you tee me up on it, because you don't want to say my man's name from Bishop Gorman. Alay, the offensive lineman, he's committed to Oregon. He's a guy to watch right now. You can read his name on the graphic that producer Trey has put up. I'm not going to butcher it, but Nebraska's in the thick of that one as well. And then they're still swinging at five-star athlete Michael Terry. He's uncommitted. Texas is the On3 RPM favorite, but the Huskers still have a pulse in that recruitment, still having dialogue with them and pushing hard.
It seems like they need to get Michael Terry back on campus, not to stay in his recruitment, but if they're going to have a legit shot at landing him over Texas, it seems like they need to. Is there any date where you could see Michael Terry making it back before his decision?
I haven't heard that, but we'll see what happens as the week continues. I know they're trying to get some big
to get him back?
Yeah, I mean, I think the momentum's with Texas, you know, so getting him back and reminding him why he's high on Nebraska would be big. You know, that's my read on it anyway. Nebraska going to host some good recruits for this UCLA game, some guys from California and stuff. So we'll be it's a big Nebraska week as the Huskers look to get postseason eligible for the first time in 7 years.
All right, Nebraska fans, talk to us. How we feeling about these flip targets, whether it's Chase Lofton, Dawson Merritt, Alai Kalanivalu, or, well, Michael Terry's not committed, but he is on the board. Talk to us, Nebraska fans. Let us know. Comment section below.